Hi, Ron. This is Rich Nagvila, and we're going to do some remote scanning for you. And Nagvila, what would you like to focus on first? Or would you like me to ask you some questions about it?
Well, previously we worked on Ron, so we know like he has issues with getting out of body. Um, there's also a bit of brain fog, tensions in shoulders and neck and all. Reptilians were attacking his wife and like messing up their relationship and all that. So this is like what we addressed previously. Ron wanted us to go into the like past lives, work more agreements, go into Gacha Records and just like clean up some more stuff. That'll be fine.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, one thing we can do is look into his relationship with the reptilians. It's probably not the first lifetime that's happened. So we could scan just where does he have a major encounter, interaction, relationship with the reptilians. But I'm just fishing here. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's like whatever you want to do.
Mm, I can look at things that are like limiting him, or like like there, we have not addressed that much of like the thing with tension in the neck and shoulders, and there's also a thing with head. So those things we can see like if there's anything going on in the astral or different places.
Okay. Uh, let's do that.
All right.
Okay. Start
Okay.
that. Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing right now, like it's as if like I'm looking at Ron's body, and there's a copy, like let's say a clone of him, and one is like the original, the other one is like an overlay that's put there, but a clone body is being messed with, and stuff like there's like the entity cluster in the head, and maybe like I need to track down the body because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's
There.
being messed with
Yeah.
where it like has clusters and like implants in head, like it's bad. So it's basically whatever's happening to the clone body. Ron is picking it up because it's like an overlay, so
Mm-hmm.
both are happening at the same time, and Ron's physical body is reacting to the other one.
Yeah. And you know what this is? This is the extraterrestrial, multidimensional, high-tech version of voodoo dolls. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Now, the voodoo doll phenomena, you can just look it up if you don't know about that, right? Who doesn't know about voodoo dolls and somebody sticking needles in a voodoo doll and the person across the world is feeling the pain, right? Everybody, just about everybody knows that story. Where did that come from? This high-tech, multidimensional, extraterrestrial phenomena. And we don't use voodoo dolls, little rag doll. There, you can use a clone. If it works good with a little rag doll here, just how good do you think it's going to work with a cloned body, either in this world or in a non physical astral realm or parallel universe or something like that? So, and this is not the first time you have found clone bodies being fucked with that have some, what's the entanglement theory sort of connection with the physical body. So, these entities that are messing with human beings are having these clones or copies fucking with them, and then the individual here on Earth is feeling the effect of it. What a what a thing! It's starting to piss me the fuck off. Swear,
I hear you.
because this is not the first time. This is like about the fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth or 10th time we've had people that come to us, and there's clones being messed with, and it's messing with the people. So anyway, I wanted to throw my 2 cents in there, Ron. I'm feeling for you, buddy. Let's see what Ogvila can find out about this.
Yeah, I have more stuff popping up, so we'll just go check
Okay,
it out.
good deal. That, yeah, that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm in this facility. It's like yeah, I think it's like Milky Way. Um, Imagine like a storage place, I guess like Amazon, where you have like these sections of like materials and like one section of stuff, second, and you're just like massive warehouse, and you're just like oh, I need to pick up a box, and you just like go and like find your box.
Yeah.
So each of these lines or like
Aisles.
spaces is,
Aisles.
yes,
Yeah.
aisles.
Uh-huh.
Mm, like one row is full, like tons of clones of one person. Second row is tons of clones of another person, and this whole facility goes miles and miles in every direction. And you look at one line, oh, there's Ron, oh, there's Judy, oh, there's like like one after another. There's billions of people, not just humans, but other races as well. We have some reptilians, we have some like Pleiadians, Lyrans, and like all kinds of races stuck there. Each being have like thousands of their clones stored up, like you can like have a person like that, so they're gonna be laying in this tube, and they're gonna be shoved in a like a thing, and they're gonna be like stacked up, like stacked up like in this way, like lots of different lines, and
Mm-hmm.
also like that way, like it's just
Yeah.
like the whole aisle of that stuff, one person after another, and each of the clones can be messed with and affected. And it's like they pull out this one, they're gonna mess with this one, they plug it in, and then like it's constant stuff.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, Please continue. Look, tell us what you see, and we're
What the fuck?
focus on Ron.
Yeah.
Focus on Ron. Am I in there? No, no, no.
Priorities,
I
right?
don't want to ask. I don't want to know. I don't want to fucking know.
Yes.
Oh no! Fuck. Thank you for that. Okay, well, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, yeah. Focus on uh, get more of the story, whatever you need to do right now, and then once we get the broader picture and all that, we'll go after a fix or a try to
Right.
take some of this stuff apart and release Ron from the effects of that, either disconnecting cords or blowing shit up. I don't fucking know.
Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like in this facility, when they track a being, they're tracking tons of different aspects, so it can have like a few clones of the physical human body here from Earth, but then there are aspects living off different lives, but it's still the same consciousness, uh, just
Yeah.
assuming different identities now, and they're still like grabbing different bodies from there, and like, okay, clone here and there, and like each body from different planes has like two or three clones. So I'm just looking into that, but they can access the memories, like, you know, we talk about like the brain fog or hard time thinking and being super clear. Uh, I haven't like explored the facility too much, but what I'm saying is that they can access the person and go into their memories and like delete like find their memories or just change vibration where you have a vibration where you remember things like right there, and they're gonna drop it, and all of a sudden your memory shifts into like negative, and they keep like shifting it like from perspectives as to where you have live going and you have a lot of stuff going, and they just wipe it all out, and you're like a zombie, like brain dead and all. Just like a few things I'm picking up so far, but I just try and do
Yeah.
more research now.
Well, what this is about in the big picture, imagine having, well, look what like Bezos did with Amazon in one lifetime, less than 50 years. He's got this amazing thing with all these products, right? If he had 1 million years or 100 million years to put his shit together, but he wasn't into product like that. He was into bodies. If he was into cloning bodies, and if he was into something, genetic modifications, genetic engineering, and not just 100 years, but 1 million or 500 million years. So my point is the technologies that are beyond Earth in the physical world or in the multidimensional reality of it all, there are beings, people, races of beings, uh, any kind of physical organic life form or non-physical life forms or AI that is involved in subduing and capturing powerful beings. We are creator beings. We literally create with our imagination and manifests. You get a billion people together that can create with their imagination and manifest stuff. They focus in. It's like their dream world. They dream it together, and it becomes their reality. And that's what we've got here in physical reality. We've got this consensus dream experience. We're so focused, but we're incredibly powerful beings if we ever woke up to who and what we can really do and got tapped into our abilities. And so this other side is very much engaged and been so for millions and millions and millions of years to catch us, capture us, and keep us subdued and dominated and controlled. This is my take on what the fuck is a big facility like this really about. And, there's probably more to it, than just what I'm talking about here. But anyway, I just wanted to share that for
You're
Ron.
pretty accurate with that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Continue.
I'm going to go and look up more.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, and I really appreciate you seeing this stuff because, when you see it, and you tell me, I tap back into the knowing of it. Whoa. And I get a headache. Got a headache. But comes with,
Welcome.
you're welcome. Thanks a lot. We're going to upload this, right? Yeah.
If Ron's okay with it.
No, I don't care. Ron, I don't know. We're going to delete your name out of this motherfucker if you're not okay with it, because this shit's too good to pass up on. We're going to upload this on our YouTube channel. If you're okay with it, yay, we won't edit your name out of it. But if you're not okay with it, we'll just beep, beep, beep your name out of this motherfucker and upload it. Because you're not the only one with these kinds of inability to get out of body and mind fog or reptilian issues. Just saying. And Ron, thank you so much for getting in touch with us and getting us looking into your shit, because this is fucking interesting and useful. What can you use this for? I don't fucking know, but it's not a doorstop, motherfucker. Okay, please continue.
Okay.
I'm on a roll here.
Someone's in the mood, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That. That. Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing like mm, I did a scan like who's the boss of the facility. Like right now, I'm like just inspecting Ron and like what they're doing to him and all. One of his clone bodies, they're mutating the bodies, as in using different kind of technologies and like beaming the shit out of you. So yeah, exactly. You have a normal head, and then there's shit growing out
I could feel it. I
like
knew
layers and stuff. Yeah,
it. That's fucked up.
yeah.
Oh, it's fucked
So
up.
like there's stuff growing on the head, like the right back of the head and stuff, and then there's stuff on hand and all. But it's like organic beings. So you're not alone. It's not just physical body, but it's like they grab entity cluster, pull up the cell that's gonna grow out, and they implant the entities in a cell that's growing. So the body is shifting and mutating, but whatever grows out is additional space for entities to come in and stay. So now you're not alone, but these entities can mess with you, causing like various aches in the body, and as it grows, it aches the body there, and the physical body picks it up here. So like, ow, my back, your body stretches in different ways and like reshapes and all. So it affects the physical. With all these entities that are in the body, they can project their thoughts or intentions, different things, and now you're connected. So even though they might not try to attack you, now you're one in one space.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, neighbor, you
Oh,
know,
that's fucked up. But
yeah.
it's like, on a cellular level, it's all it's all connected within a physical form. So, if no, that's one of the grossest things for me to confront. This whole human growths and it's cancers and shit like that, and just like these, oh, oh, fuck. And I've heard about many years ago, Ron, uh, in this deep underground bases, the dumbs, uh, they with mm, what you would call the black, the dark government, secret government shit. The government working with the ETs in these underground bases and the way, way, way down deep sublevels, uh, they would have cages with humans in the cages, but not just any humans, these humans that they've been doing genetic experiments on and genetic modifications on, crossing an octopus with a human, for example. But there's people, and I read about this like over 10, 15 years ago, and it just grossed me the fuck out. But it wasn't the first time. I mean, it was the first time I heard about it, but over the years I've heard about it more and more and more and more. So here we have Agvila uh, tapping into this sort of shit once again. Uh, and it's a real thing. It's disgusting. You know. Mm. Anyway, please continue.
Trying to visualize it.
Yeah. That. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm.
And I find out more is like if all the bodies that they capture, like they scan your good size, like your strengths, like what you're good at and all. For example, one of the Ron's bodies is more like a jumper, like teleporting, shifting harness, going from one place to another. So the body is here on Earth from the facility that can like teleporting everywhere, wherever he wants. So he has the freedom. They capture the being, they put it in that facility, and then they modify it in a way where the bodies are weighing like massive tons, like like just adding tons. So like it's impossible to move, and you're stuck, and you're grounded, so to speak. But now you have no freedom, like everything's super stiff, like you're so heavy you can't hardly move and all. And that's just one body, and they're like, "Oh, you're actually brilliant. You can think a lot. Oh, yeah, okay." And they pick there, like they mess with your mind, and they're like, "Oh, you were loving. Okay, we're gonna alter that." So whatever strengths a being has, they like target like what you're good at, and they're gonna modify it, mutate it into something opposite and worse, like very bad scenario.
Yeah. So it's like in another alternate reality or parallel universe or other plane of existence, there's these different Rons, and Ron, the consciousness that he is in these bodies, multidimensionally, living these various lives. And they're over there, they're capturing those aspects of Ron in those bodies with that life he's living as a super teleporter guy, for example. And they're taking that guy, the physical organic body that Ron is in, so the consciousness and the body, and they end up at this fucking facility trapped.
Yeah.
Well, that's just fucked up. Once again. Yeah. Not surprising though. You've come across other facilities similar to this, yeah?
Yeah.
Some of them are like planet sized, right?
Massive. Yeah.
And inside these planet sized spaceship sort of things, motherships, it's just absolutely loaded with these clone bodies. That there's actually a movie, the original V for Visitor, the original Alien movie. It came out in the 80s, I guess. There was a couple of remakes, and there's TV or Netflix series on the subject now. But the original one had a shot in there of that kind of scene. This is before you were born, I think, Angrela. Uh, but you get the scene of all these humans that were captured and kidnapped, and they're in these pods or in these. Anyway, please continue. That's got to be some creepy shit. Tell by that weird needle reaction. Yeah, that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some weird stuff in there.
I'm thinking how to explain it, but it's like it seems like it's very similar to customs or some implant station, and basically, before anyone comes here from the fourth dimension, fifth dimension, or any higher place to the physical universe, it's like going through a scanner, and you just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm here, and you just keep on going. You have freedom, like no one stops you, but just going through the scanner, like they just got all of your information, everything about you, like we got you now, copy there.
Fuck.
And so you're there. Another person goes and you're there. And so Ron, his wife, people around him that he knows, people that he meets at work, everyone here on Earth has been going through that. So they're all in that facility as a copy.
Yeah.
And people we meet in life, they can just take it, oh, this person, okay, and they can mutate it, they can mess with the person, and they mess up a relationship, and they mess up different kind of things, and they can like look at like, oh, you're healthy, well, it's time to get unhealthy, and they fuck with your body there and like
Yeah.
just keep on messing with you. And it's more like just like taking people's sovereignty, like trapping them, making sure like, okay, we got you, ain't getting out again. And it's like copy paste, like it's probably like I don't even know how to explain it, or like I this facility might also be in like other universes, like in the like fourth different dimension and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think like it's like accessing the Akashic records of a person as you just cross it.
Mm-hmm.
So they know everything about you, but they also have the access to your other lifetimes. Like, oh, so this is what you've been doing. You're a good being to trap and all, and they're gonna track you down for that. So like, there's a few aspects of those, but like, I'm seeing like we did a session on Ron where he had issues with his wife, and I'm like, oh yeah, some issues because of reptilians. Yeah, we know. But now I'm looking where seeing beings that have Ron's body captured, like, uh, like it's far away in a different row where I find his wife, and I'm like, okay, they're messing with them. Like they're the ones also causing aches in her body, trying to make things harder for both of them, and like that's one of the things. Why not?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. It's like high tech voodoo black magic shit.
Yeah, and another thing, like where people have it, like I know, like some people say, like like everyone we meet in our life, we actually knew them before and all the stuff, and we have like agreement to meet them and blah blah, different kind of sayings. But it seems like in that facility, it goes. If you ever saw a person in present life, ever met them, ever had any kind of conversation, there's gonna be a clone of them in that facility, and now that you have a connection, they're like, oh, you can do something with that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well, when you think of not even a supercomputer, just a really good, high, sophisticated desktop PC with, like a trillion uh, cycles per second, a trillion instructions per second, a trillion, computations per second. Then you got the supercomputers. They're just over the top, fucking weird, the D-Wave thing and all that stuff. And that's what we put together in like less than 100 years. Give it a million. What kind of computers can they have out there in the multiverse processing this information and and copying everything about a being? We see these science fiction movies where uh, you clone a body. You put them in a pod and they can clone it, and they'll create the digital data will be shot across super long distances in space, and that digital data will be used to create a new clone body, a physical, organic body, and then there's the consciousness transference, which is different, and then the consciousness transfers into the new clone body, exact copy. You see science fiction movies and TV shows and Netflix movies like this. Uh, that tech, for real, but you just walk through the scanner, and then they got you. They got another organic body and the consciousness too. Wow. And there's a whole thing about consciousness, Ron, that uh, is it's unfathomable. It's deep, but what we're understanding is that consciousness can consider itself in two places. It can be in two places. So consciousness, that just is the sea of consciousness, the ocean of consciousness, can choose to be droplets of water or consciousness, and then assume the viewpoint of the droplets and be lots of people. It's kind of like that. And then as these individual droplets of consciousness, fractals of the whole thing, everything that the all consciousness is also within that one droplet, so to speak. But now this one droplet of consciousness, it's not really a droplet, it's consciousness that can now do everything its daddy or mommy could do. So, including split apart on purpose, consciously separate into individual aspects of itself. So that's conscious fractalization of consciousness, done on purpose. And so all the little bits of consciousness now become just like mother, father, parent consciousness, and can do it again and again and again. So you can split consciousness consciously, knowingly, on purpose. It's not a bad thing. And populate the multiverse with the trillions upon trillions and trillions of trillions of entities. But that same thing can be done forcefully. It can be forced upon us. So we're at this level of the game right now, just as an individual. I'm just me. Uh, and maybe you've forgotten that you can split yourself into these many different levels of consciousness or different aspects of being. But somebody else knows how to do it, and they can, with their high tech, grab people in this universe or another, clone their body, and split the consciousness. So you can walk through the scanner like this and be here in the earth plane in your astral body or whatever, and then you incarnate into an organic body, just like that. But you're getting scanned, your body's being copied. And we're talking about the real-time double of the physical body. There's a body copy of this down to the molecular uh, atomic level. It's just a duplicate, but it's not physical. It's in a different vibrational plane. But anyway, they can copy all that shit and rebuild it somewhere else. But they can also do that with our consciousness. They can split our consciousness. And there's another you that maybe this you doesn't know about, but this other you is also in that body there, experiencing uh, that facility that Agvila has been talking about. So yeah, back to you, Agvila.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to fill in maybe some blanks for
Right.
on this subject. But yeah, where are
So
we
I
at?
guess the next thing I'm gonna do is look at, whose facility is it, who's doing that, who's responsible for it, and after we find out, we can remove those beings or at least free Ron and like undo all the damage done and all that.
Yeah, free Ron and maybe a few of his friends. But uh, the way I'm looking at it is, this isn't something you want to just blow the shit out of everything. At least I don't see it that way right now. Uh, you know, what's the higher levels of the game and the game within the game within the game? Where are we in all that? You know. So anyway, it might be a good idea to blow the shit out of everything or unmock it, undo it, discreate it, change the track of time so it never was built, Maybe, maybe not. We'll see as we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But right now it's we're doing this for Ron, and we can undo some stuff there. But right now, sorry, we're looking at the hierarchy or who's behind it, why they're doing it, all that. Is that where we're at on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Start.
Right.
That. That. Mm-hmm. That.
And I was depressed. Like, it was the worst part about it.
What?
It's created by humans.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just like tracking like who's responsible for it. I'm like looking like humans from the fifth dimension. Well, they're like, well, there are too many factions of humans out there. They're getting in the way, so we're just gonna tell them a story, get them into the physical universe, and make sure they don't come back, so that they would not get in the way. As basically he was playing for the dark side, you know. It's like,
Sure. Yeah. 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 I've been noticing that more. Are getting that feeling. You know, we think about humanity, a loving. Look around. So anyway, live and learn. Okay, continue. That, that. Mm-hmm. That. Mm-hmm. That. Mm-hmm. That. That. Mm-hmm. Oh
mm,
no. What?
it's like the best way probably to explain it is like like bunch of kids playing in a like sandbox. Each of them like they're making their own sandcastle and like like there's a little reptilian kiddo and like different kind of races making little things and like yay they're having fun. Here comes a human, boom, 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 destroys everything like my playground.
Sounds right. Yeah, I've known a few humans like that. Wow.
Yeah, and it seems like like I'm tracking down like like who's responsible for it and stuff like I'm like going into the human like place in the fifth dimension, and they're like they have their own way like of how they want to create the universe and fifth dimension like we're gonna make it this way. If anyone opposes us, we're gonna destroy them. And beings don't get destroyed so easily. Like you can blow off their arm, like they're gonna be created and all this stuff. So what they do is like, okay, well if that doesn't work, we're gonna trap them in the physical universe. So like humans are trapping reptilians, race and other races here in the physical, as well as other bunch of humans back here. Like if you oppose that group, you're gonna get messed with, and they're doing everything they can to distract. Like basically, be a great salesman and like just tell stories and different kind of things, get people attracted. And once you get their attention, you find out what they're all about. And if uh, you don't like them, you're like, okay, you're out. Because you told them a story, you sold them, and they're just gonna get, like, oh, I'm gonna check this out, and they just like in the physical universe, they go also through that like a little scare, and all of a sudden they're stuck.
Wow.
It's
When you
fun
say
time.
they're out, that means they're out of that realm and into the physical universe.
Yes,
So
yes,
the
like
physical universe. Go ahead.
as if like in the fifth dimension, like that faction of humans will like tell a story and like get beings like coming to them. But at the same time, if like, oh, well, I don't like this person, and they're gonna make sure that they get it being from the third dimension to the physical universe, and they have no way back.
Yeah. I just thought of the irony of it. Uh, People are, including myself, we want to get out. Hey, we are out. We're kicked the fuck out. We're thrown out. We are out. The good place is in, but not in here, not in the body, not in the physical universe. But there are getting out of one thing puts you in another thing, unless you're the void. But now, duh, you're in the void. What? What a mind fuck. I'm getting dizzy just thinking about this, literally. Okay, what now? What you can look at now? What are we doing?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna free run on their beans. From my perception, I don't like the human facility, so like it would be like get like to change things up and all.
Okay, sure. Okay, start.
Now, like the way I see it is like I guess like in programming or like when you open up an app or you're loading up the PC in the old days, and a thing pops up and it just starts loading a bunch of text with like tons of lines,
Uh huh.
and I'm like run, a bunch of his bodies with like different kind of like augmentations and mutations, what they did to him, like agreements he agreed to, and stuff they changed in this like Akashic records. I'm just getting like this like massive like lines, and I'm like okay, like deleting everything like here and another person, they just like you know
Wow, you're seeing it
kind of have like
visually. You see it. You see it.
yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
It's just that the way I can probably put it in words to explain what I'm doing.
Yeah. Damn. Hey, can I get a session from you? Because these are fucking awesome. Okay. Next. Anyway,
He'll be on July 7th, I
I
think.
think that's our first open day in it. Fuck. Okay, continue. Wow, what the fuck is that? The needle
I'm
when it.
just wiping everything. Like, I have a bunch of people, and I'm wiping all the stuff that was done to them in that facility and like getting them out of there, and
Mm.
like sort of like taking out the scanner and stuff. But what did the needle do?
The needle when it goes like that means something harsh is happening. Something serious is going down. Yeah, yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, that. That. Hmm.
Yeah, these humans are vicious. It's like all the possible wormholes and different kind of like stargates and different kind of things you can use to travel. They're like trying to put like a transparent energy shield, so like it's gonna look the same, and you're just walking through it, or like you're flying through a wormhole, or you enter like, oh look, a stargate, I'm just gonna teleport from this world to that world, and they just put a transparent thing, and you walk, and that's a scanner, and they caught you, and they're planning it everywhere, fifth dimension, fourth dimension, different kind of places, physical universe, wherever you are, they're like, you're like, well, if you travel, you're gonna go to the scanner, we're gonna have a copy of you, and now we can mess with you if we don't like you and all this stuff. I'm like,
Uh,
damn, so I'm like, get rid of that shit.
oh, good, good. Continue. Hmm.
And so I'm like, wiping records, like, um, I have like thousands of different beings right in front of me accessing their cases simultaneously. It's like like where there's wrong, like causing him like the tension in his head, like the different kind of overgrowth and stuff that was done to him. I'm basically undoing it, but simultaneously I'm taking like his wife, where these beings like implant these like strong emotions and a bit of like control elements and like overreaction, different kind of things. I'm removing that. I'm like, oh look, here's Rich, and like they are affecting your visuals. For example, like there are tons of other things I can tell you about it in after the session and stuff.
Okay.
But like simultaneously, I'm like, oh, like they're like turning over your visuals, making sure like you can't see. And I'm like, I was like working with like tons of people simultaneously, and like yeah. Anyway,
Wow. Wow.
just
Okay.
saying.
All right. Please continue. That. That. Big time. Hmm.
Yeah, it's basically tracking that stuff like like okay, like how many are there? And like I'm like going with the physical universe, the greater realities, and like there's like fourth, fifth, like various dimensions, but then there's mirror worlds where everything's the opposite. Then there's like alternate realities and like tons of different places, and they're everywhere. Like they're doing it all over the place, making sure like, they cover everything. So I was like simultaneously like located all of them, like taking them out fully. Like so everything that was into any kind of beings that like mess with them. Like I undid all that, so basically everyone's clean and yeah,
Wow.
there's
Good
that.
deal. Thank you. Wow. What a deal, huh? Well, okay. Hmm.
I guess like as before we wrap it up, one thing I could do is like get beings their energy back, make sure they can get their energy back, their life essence, connecting them to their real parts and making sure like whatever was sent in like triggering their memories or whatever, like everything's restored fully.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Alright, so we'll do that.
Okay. Start. Hmm.
And damn, like it's one of those things again where they're using that like self-empowering thing as if like everyone that was captured, they're gonna be like energy drained to power up the facility so they could like store more of them all over the multiverse.
Kind of
If
like the Terminator movie, and the Matrix movie, where not the Terminator movie, the Matrix movie, where people are plugged in and they're being used as batteries and power sources.
yeah, pretty much.
True story. Okay. Wow. That. That.
Alright, yeah. Like I got beings their energy back, make sure like they're like clean slates, like not affected by any of the stuff that was done to them. Basically, sort of like starting a new uh, timeline where like everything sort of like settled in and like restarted spiritually and all that.
Wow.
But yeah.
Great. Okay, does that seem like a a good place for a wrap today?
Yeah,
On Ron?
I guess
Yeah.
it's a good one.
So, okay. Um, do we want to do a quick recap or to just watch the video? Take notes.
Probably just watch the video. Like, there's a lot to it. There's a
Yeah,
lot to it.
yeah. Okay, Ron. Hey, we appreciate you contacting us and give us some feedback. Does this resonate with you? You know, how are you doing? That sort of thing. And we'll get this recording, this video off to you as soon as possible. And I am going to upload it. If it's okay with you, I'll keep your name in it and the detail, those little things. If it's okay, but if it's not, that's perfectly all right and totally understandable. Not a problem. We'll just go through it and we'll just edit out your name and any personal information. Okay? 'Cause this is just too good. This stuff is what you've accessed, Dogvila, and what's affected you, Ron, has been affecting thousands, millions of others, and I think it's very uh, enlightening for people to understand, or at least be exposed to these kinds of ideas, and then people can make their own decision whether that's a thing or not. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, buddy. Talk to you later. Okay. Break. Good place for break.
Yeah.
Okay. Break.